Well, and welcome everybody back to another very exciting, earth-shatheringly exhilarating edition of SMRAT. 'Tis your cow pal, Sapphire Smoky, paren, the bear, close paren. Please let me know if you can hear me, how well, if the sound level's okay. And I see by the hey Strutlog, thank you very much. All right, I see by the old hash on the screen that we have got waiting for us a dive bombing bat. Well, and they're off. Let me roll back up here and see. A cricket leech, another dive bombing bat, and a crawling, creepy crawly crab. So yes. Oh, everybody going left as usual here. This is match 2 in the alternative winners bracket between my sweet, piquant, pungent lad, the stinky CheeseReaver, and Maisgueuh. The former has taken game 1 of a best of 3 as the alternative winners bracket rounds remain. Both reaching the Blue Bryn elevator about the same moment. Now to show us what we've got at our morphing pedestal. Oh, as in many a case when I have calmed, it's the space jump. It's the trace jump, the space John, your favorite nickname for it, etc. Cheese, as usual, is using his eye broccoli patch. Maisgueuh 'tis not. GG on the SSJJ. Yay. Alright. That of course means a morph ball is in the wall, followed by our first synergy tank, the far right of the Christmas tree. Did I just say the morph ball is in the wall? You know what I meant, the morph ball is in the ceiling. And of course is going to bring Maisgueuh straight on down the construction zone next to find a boring vanilla pack of missiles. Ceilings are just rotated walls anyway. Well spoken, Strut. Now, if you do not have an architectural degree, I'm not letting you build my house anyhow. Alright. Maisgueuh getting a bit of a jump on this race, a bit of a lead on Cheese back up the elevator as Cheese re-enters the lobby. No hamburgers yet, so no checking out Vanilla Maze, no checking out the Blue Bryn power bombs, and no regular bombs yet either, so no checking out Old Mother Brain just yet, or the Cavity Dental. But as we get up here, if this particular seed is to follow the template of 95% of seeds, then our first hamburgers will be found at Bomb Chozo. If that is not the case, then will most likely be vanilla. As a matter of fact, I think it has to be. Either PBs or regular Bs. Only one pack of missiles. Of course, need to use all of them to reach BC through this treacherous pink door. And there they are. First power bombs. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a high five coming down here through the Alcatraz door. Right there, door high five. One of my favorite varieties. And Maisgueuh using nicely using the space jump to do the Alcatraz escape. I'm going to check out Terminator next. Of course, logical next spot. So with only 5 power bombs, as most of us know, he can go to the gauntlet, get up there easily with Space Jump, and check out the front door item, but no further than that, with only 5. There's E-Tank number 2 at Terminator for us. We are going to have a look at the back door gauntlet, courtesy of Maisgueuh, and I'm sure courtesy of Cheese as well. When he reaches the spot, we'll see these 2 back door, both E-Tanks. Well now. Interesting. Oh, and Cheese making a check that Maisgueuh did not do before, finds more missiles at Cavity Dental. So... whoops. 3 and 4 and 0. Our tank count. Okay. So Cavity Dental not exactly paying off a great deal for Cheese. Probably doesn't think of it as a gamble, as he, I'm sure, probably expects that Maisgueuh made that check as well. He would be wrong in that presumption, but yet another E-Tank at the early Super's floor missiles. And Maisgueuh, with no missiles left and no supers, floats on up to the early Super's second floor and finds the most powerful beam in the most powerful non-mother brain beam in the game, Plasma. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, and that's too bad. He missed one of the missiles. He's gonna have to... Oh, that is a real bummer. He killed all the enemies, cannot farm anything else. He has to go through this again, farm the enemies once more to get those 5 missiles back. Okay, so maybe that second pack of missiles will help Cheese a bit more after all. He's going to choose to farm the Zebs here out of this pot, one at a time, which will most likely give him all his energy back first. Yeah, they gave him a couple missiles back there. And Cheese about to bring it to a near sync here. And look at that. Very nicely done. Just pistols, regular old... Oh, and our first supers at Ron Popeil M1. Sweet. That gives us a pack of each ammo. Each hierarchy variety of ammo. Second pack of supers following suit right behind at Ron Popeil 2. Both grabbing these Brin reverse missiles as well. It's thanks to that, or no thanks to that unfortunate little setback Maisgueuh had a moment ago. That puts Cheese in a... Whoops! Well, Cheese pausing to collect the plasma beam, letting Maisgueuh overtake just by a few moments there, and also grabbing this E-Tank. So Maisgueuh is back in a bit of a lead, and yet Cheese is leading him in ammunition by 5 missiles. Okay, Maisgueuh has dropped on down to the Edacoons. Through the cricket pocket, he finds regular missiles at the Edacoon's E-Tank. No big whooperoo. Thanks to the supers, we can now go on through the green door and get, or not get, more regular lousy missiles. Near high 5 there, but not quite. Maisgueuh drops on down through the trap door. An easier room to handle with Space Jump. Gets latched onto a little by the B-Tom, and little trouble with the thorny spikes, but life will be life. Cheese following suit, same route. Ooh, E-Tank number 6 at the Edacoon's power bombs. Maisgueuh, nicely done, getting the Edacoon pocket mock ball out the first try. So pretty boilerplate early on there. Pretty similar routing choices. This item set can be fairly straightforward. Oh, Cheese not quite getting the mock ball out of there. But Maisgueuh on through the Decora Dance Hall and into Big Pink. Again, a normal prescribed... Wow! Normal prescribed route through Big Pink, checking out the Big Pink mid missiles, which is E-Tank number 7. And Maisgueuh is not going for Mission Impossible just yet. A move I'm not sure I totally understand, as he certainly has enough energy to make it through it. And he has the ammunition, but he is going to... Runner's prerogative, I always say, of course. He's going to check out Spore Spawn Supers first. Just pistols. He doesn't want them. He'll pass up on those. Oh, Cheese not quite nailing the spot to get the back door. He's... Oh, I think he just stepped half a step too much to the right there before he... Okay, he's giving up on that for now. He's going to have a peek at... well, he's going to try and do the gate glitch, as Maisgueuh is doing the same right here. She's... Oops. My jumpless, not an easy thing to... Oh, but Maisgueuh gets it. Oh, Cheese unfortunately does not. Cheese having a bit of a rough time here in Big Pink. Okay, does not know it yet, but Cheese is not missing anything special in the Wave Gate. Wave Gate E-Tank room, just more regular pistols. So, Cheese, probably hating his super missiles right about now, is going to farm up the Zebs, just as Maisgueuh did in the early super room. Maisgueuh, now having successfully made both of these checks, finding just pistols at each. Oh, but oh, jackpot! Finds the first reverse tank at charge missiles and a swimsuit at charge beam. Gives us a count of 7 and 1, and gives us 2 purple warriors. All right. Again, pretty straightforward progression onto the Bryn Stairs Green Hill zone. Just, oh, Cheese opting to collect the missiles in the Green Hill Giga Pipe, bringing his missile total to 30. I wouldn't have figured he'd need any more missiles by this point, but that's just me, of course, as I said just a moment ago, runner's prerogative. And Maisgueuh, very nicely maneuvering around the Ninja Turtle Rippers, the top half of Red Tower Crimson Shaft. He's going to have a look at the East Wing, Alphas and Betas, and... Oh, I just paused for a minute there, perhaps realized he was out of power bombs, but that's okay. Zeros here, the Caterpillars will give you power bombs pretty much every time. Now, speaking of power bombs, Cheese just used his last one to open the X-ray door, farm the B-Tom to get that back, and then the Fire Fleas. Oh, just missiles and supers respectively at Alpha power bombs and Alpha missiles. Alright, what's Cheese going to show us here at X-ray? More supers. Oh, something he needed. Just happened to have run out of supers by the time he reached the X-ray door, the radiation lab door. Maisgueuh climbing on back up the East Wing to Betas. And we are going to have a peek at this. Wow. Regular missiles abound. Okay, Maisgueuh needs to knock out these other couple giant hoppers to get out of this room. And or one of the yapping maws. Okay, I think the... Yeah, okay. That's a better idea to kill that giant hopper anyway. After he killed that yapping maw, I think the door opened, but... No biggie. Alright, looks like Cheese is not bothering with the East Wing just at this moment, and once again, as we know, but he does not, that seems to be a pretty wise choice here. Maisgueuh going further up into the drawbridge re-enters Criteria, as Cheese is heading to Spacer Item. What is he going to get here? He's going to get E-Tank number 8, which is number 5 for him. Bringing our count to 8 and 1. Maisgueuh cashing in with 5 more soups at the moat. Oh, healthy seed. Even though 2 of those tanks were in the gauntlet. no one had logical access to it just at that moment. As a matter of fact, they still don't. You know, Okay. This is where the emote for the word whelp would be spammed if we had one. Maisgueuh locating his other suit at the and goes. Oh, don't often see this, but immediately retreats, goes straight back out from the ocean to the moat and the drawbridge. It's like he wants to conquer Norfair and/or Meridia right away. Meanwhile, Cheese showing us a second reverse tank at Kraid's missiles. That's a count of 8 and 2. Cheese is racing on through the piracy prison and the corpse room. That's an interesting question. With this setup, depending on what Maisgueuh finds in Norfair, he might almost be able to do RBO. Oh, okay, Maisgueuh wants more power bombs here. So he dropped down to farm the zeros again. As Cheese enters his own first boss. Well, actually, there's not much need to say his own first boss, as Maisgueuh has not actually fought a boss yet. And Maisgueuh doing the wise Moonfall strategy without Screw Attack, which is bearing to the right, so you don't bump into any of the Rippers. Okay, no quick kill on Kraid, but Cheese rewarded for his efforts with 5 more supers. 30-25. Maisgueuh holding strong at 20-25. And he's going to get 5 more supers just here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He is not. That's right, that was an E-tank. I should have remembered that. Well, they will certainly get 5 more supers somewhere, eventually. Okay. Cheese is back to the party zone. And naturally is going to have a look at Kraid's cricket pocket. The B-Tom, see what Kraid's E-tank item is. Tis more so. Oh, there, see, did I tell you? Oh, looks like Maisgueuh may very well be following that that route WJG is just prescribed. Going to Kraid next. Another little high five there. Cheese on his way out, as Maisgueuh is on his way in. And Maisgueuh, or excuse me, Cheese not going down to Norfair yet. Going to Meridia instead. Sort of an interesting play. Of course, interesting being the word all the commentators use when the runners do something that we might not necessarily agree with. Certainly Cheese was perfectly within his rights to head on down to Norfair and check out the high jump region, where Varia could be, or Speed could be, putting Varia in Bubble Mountain's place, if that be the case. Of course, we know that is not true, but it's one of the many, many things Cheese does not know just now. So he enters Meridia, having checked out the Main Street items beforehand there. Missiles at Main Street Missiles, and supers at Crab Supers. Both boring old vanilla. Oh, and more supers Cheese will gladly take at Mama's E-Tank. With the help of Space Jump once more, these items, no sweat whatsoever to check out. Just pistols in Mama Turtle's wall. Or in Mama Turtle's ceiling. And Cheese picks them up as well. So, in that last race, which Cheese took, neither runner found charge. And I missed where it was in the credits. But well, they never know. They could be preparing for another possible chargeless. Charge decides to be stubborn again. Alright. Jesus, straight on up Mount Everest, on up the Crabratory to the beach, as Maisgueuh is indeed heading down to Norfair. Very logical, with both suits on. Must be making Samus a little sweaty inside. But down he goes. Knocks out a couple Novas with one plasma enemy piercing shot. Finds E-Tank number 9, vanilla flavored at the high jump E-Tank. Giving us just supers at the high jump missiles. As Cheese is about to enter the... Wow, okay. Oh, score! Cheese locating a very nice there in the person of Speed Booster at the Watering Hole missiles. Does not want to bother with the missiles at Watering Hole supers. But yet another E-Tank there at the high jump boots, courtesy of Maisgueuh, giving us a count of 10 and 2. Oh yes, no regular bombs, but that of course has been, that particular block in the high jump room has been changed to a shot block. As is the case with many of these. Yet another E-Tank at Croc's escape missiles. 11 and 2. Very healthy seed. Brings Cheese on into the aqueduct. Now, having located Speed, he is indeed going to check out the aqueduct items up here. He's going to find a reverse tank. Oh, definitely hops over it. Very nicely done. For a count of 11 and 3. Just regular old vanilla missiles at the cathedral for Maisgueuh. Not interested. Thank you very much. And once again, this Rising Tide room, no sweat. Now, the question is, will Maisgueuh go straight down, or will he check out some things in Bubble Mountain first? Or even Croc? Oh, pauses to take a look at the Bubble Mountain item, which is supers, and decides he wants them. As Cheese enters our Lake Erie Snick room. And a sweet fight. Sweet, clean Botswoon fight. Takes him out with a prescribed 10 supers. Snack dead. That gives Maisgueuh a max count of 40 supers. Cheese sprinting straight by some Botswoon missiles. And looks like Maisgueuh deciding that's all he needs for his Lower Norfair expedition. And Cheese just walking on air through the entire Space Jump tutorial room, aka the Coliseum. Oh, finds more supers at Precious. And speaking of tutorials, Maisgueuh semi-bravely going into... Well, he obviously knows what he's doing. I would opt to say semi-bravely going into Lower Norfair without Screw Attack. LN being the entire Screw Attack tutorial area, essentially. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. A little advertisement for the upcoming RBO tournament. Something in which I shall not be partaking. So, I did try with one particular seed that gave me almost everything except Varia, and unfortunately also except Screw Attack. I tried Suitless Lower Norfair for the first time. Haven't really done it since. And I was doing my Hundo too, as a little added challenge. Got to the Mickey SMRAT missiles and messed up the Crystal Flash there, so that was that. Alright, Maisgueuh checking out the Screw Attack item here, which is just missiles, and doesn't want to bother with... Oh dear, Cheese needs to be really careful all of a sudden. Just doing some Shine Sparks there, takes a hit, 40 damage hit from Dre. Oh, that... Oh, ah! Oh! He escaped the goo, but he landed on Dragon. Oh, and he's hesitating. Oh, this is not good. I don't remember if I saw him save at any oh, Cheese has forfeited from the race. Yep, with a whelp and a dot forfeit. Truly unfortunate, but Cheese has taken the first game. He never saved Ghost. Cheese took the first game. And so he is not immediately out of the rest of the tournament now. There will be a third as long as Maisgueuh goes up and finishes. Strat, this is best of 3, this particular one. Whereas in the alternative winners bracket, there's still best of 3. So looks like Cheese may be popping into the channel presently. It does sucks. It does. So Maisgueuh still making his way around Exit's worst room to enter the SMRAT room, showing some cheese.
Hi, Smokey.
Oh, the Reaver of Stinky Cheese. Well, that was a thing?
Yeah, that just happened.
Mm.
It did. Yeah, I usually, when I find early gravity, I try to avoid Meridia for as long as humanly possible, because it's usually a trick. And I should have continued avoiding it with early gravity as long as possible.
Well, lessons learned. As I was just...
I'm pretty out of practice, so my short charge kills of Dragon are pretty bad right now.
With that particular stunt, I suppose. As well, I was lurking in the chat in the first race, and you seem to be looking pretty good in that one. Of course, as I was just telling the chat, you took that race, so you're not out of the tournament. There will be a game 3.
Yeah, we'll have to schedule it a different day. But yeah, I mean, you know, GG to Maisgueuh. I don't know where he is. I haven't pulled the actual stream up yet. I'm just.
Maisgueuh is in the Firefly room right now. He found grapple at SMRAT missiles and passed it up. Actually,
Where did he find Varia?
It was at the ocean, actually.
And he went up Red Tower.
Yeah, found nothing good at the top of Red Tower, but made a sort of interesting move. He found Varia under the ocean and then immediately turned around and went straight down. So, oh, and there's X-Ray at the Alkun Hadarubi missiles. Maisgueuh is continuing around here. He wants more supers, of course, to fight Ridley. I'm gonna say he hasn't gone down to Ridley yet. He just has 24 of his.
I would pick up X-Ray because there's always the chance you find charge, activate that microwave, and then your Dragon fight doesn't look anything like mine. Okay, well, I'm gonna go have some lunch, but thanks for coming, Smokey. Thanks, I think it's Ghost Wizard doing the tracking, and thanks Maisgueuh, and thanks everybody for watching, and I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah, good to hear your voice again, my buddy.
Yeah, it's been a minute, Smokey. We'll have to catch up sometime later.
Yeah, good interacting with you.
Alright, later.
Bon appetit. Oh. Yeah, kind of second what Cheese was saying about picking up X-Ray. Maisgueuh still has to get back out of here afterwards. Perhaps that's something he'll do en route egressing. In the meantime, he still has a max of only 5 power bombs. That's a bit rough, but well, might be kind of wishing about now he picked up that grapple beam. So he's straight on the way down, and grapple beam would be a big help in the pre-Ridley room. But he did, as we saw, get Spling Ball, or as it will be in just another couple days, actually, according to the calendar, Summer Ball at the Franker Musketeers missiles. No, just missiles of shame. Ooh. Successfully executes a Xan clip with the help of the spikes, doing iframes and thus taking less damage. Okay. Maisgueuh is through the dojo, through the metal, ninja, golden, whatever you want to call them, pirates. And yes, I expect we're going to see some farming for a good little while here. Of course, Maisgueuh saw the SRL. He responded with a couple question marks when he saw Cheese's forfeit. There's a little frowny face afterwards, and then Maisgueuh says, "Yes!" Double exclamation point. Smiley face, parentheses, spring ball. Assuring us he was not celebrating Cheese's death and forfeit. He was celebrating the acquisition of one of everyone's favorite items in the game. And using a nice technique to farm the Zebos here. A little moonwalking back and forth, and doing so at a nice rhythm that pretty much ensures they won't come out at exactly the same time. Of course, if they do come out at the same time, it's easy enough to handle. Just give a little jump, making them fly up a little higher, come in together and shoot them when you land. As I just said, WJG, yes indeed. Arm pumps of frustration there. Was wanting the rest of his supers. There's one. I guess that's all he figures he needs is 34 there. He's got a bit of backup with his missiles and power bombs. Pardon the temporary silence. Might have something going on. Just don't want to draw Maisgueuh is into a nice Ridley fight here. But he used up all his non-PB ammunition here. But he closes out the fight. Nicely done. 390 energy to... Well, I guess I should say 389 energy to spare. And bombs behind Ridley. One of the semi-frequently seen items at this location. Hello there, EBM9. This is indeed a variety of randomizer. Super Metroid randomizer. We are joined by a wild muffin of toast. Unfortunately, as it turns out, Toast, Cheese died at Dragon. And had not saved anywhere, at least anywhere close by for a while. Nice wall jumps off the wasteland elevator ledges here. Without high jump, that can be a pain, but well, as long as I have space jump, which I always do coming into Lower Norfair, I have figured out how to get up there nicely without high jump. It's a bit straightforward. As Cheese mentioned, we have got the fantastic one and only Ghost Wizard on tracking, and the similarly identical, fabulous WJG 999 on Restream. And the two-of-a-kind, apparently, Smokey, thanks to the 20 Naughties legendary Smokey that everyone mistakes me for, on comms, making up our awesome stream team. WJG always also having rolled the seed. And Maisgueuh still does not pick up the X-ray scope. Very true, Toasty. Game 3 hype. Don't know when that's going to happen yet. Oh, Maisgueuh. Oh, Maisgueuh playing with a bit of fire here. Running through the Three Musketeers with relatively low health. Oh, of course, always welcome, Toasty. But escapes Lower Norfair, 81 energy. And let's see if he checks out these Bubble Mountain items here. So we saw he got the Bubble Mountain Supers for himself. He's not going to have a look at Wave. He is not going to have a look at Speed either. Or Norfair Reverse. Okay. Yes, what's done is done here, and he wants out. Oh yes, he has not found Speed. And he also has not found Wave, so he won't be able to do the Speedless BTOM Speedway. So, oh, looks like he actually maybe... Oh, this may just be a detour. He's heading on down towards Croc, but may just be using Croc's path to get out. And he's grabbing the Nutella refill. Although, memory serves, he noticed an E-tank at Croc's escape missiles. Also could have gotten out with full health via that thing. Oh, looky here, we do have a Croc. What a Croc. What a country Croc. Emotes. So, Maisgueuh will not be Croc blocking us this time. Oh, but this looks a little precarious, actually. May not have quite... Oh. He's going to need to farm Croc's spitballs here, for lack of a better term. Waiting for Croc to... oh, a power bomb drop on one of them. Interesting idea from Strut. And Maisgueuh just taking it good and cautious through here. Sans Charge has to complete this fight with all ammunition. Oh, got a couple supers there and pushes Croc back a successful 4. Oh, and then 2 more with the missiles to close out the fight. Nicely done. And 5 more supers coming in handy at Croc's E-tank. If he'd had more trouble with this fight, more wise and prudent move would have been to save at Croc's save station just above. All moot now. As WJG points out, Maisgueuh still needs a good little bit more ammunition or charge to finish the game, which he obviously definitely wants to do to give us our much needed game 3. And this is interesting. He's doing the backdoor grapple triple G to get over and around here. Yes, this is an option as well. This way he can drop on down to the grapple item and then just run back through the pantry, check out those, and back up and not really lose much ground. Oh, there's an interesting moonfall. I haven't seen that very much. Just more pistols. Oh, and more cheeseburgers at Indiana Jones missiles. Maisgueuh will gladly grab those. Second pack of power bombs, that certainly helps. Especially with no ice yet either. As a matter of fact, no other beams except plasma. Back up through the shaft. Fills his power back up to full capacity with the help of the violas. Oh, nice spring ball strat, but only to find vanilla cosine missiles. A quick farm on the gamuts, and we're back out of the cosine wave room. So much for that. So, Croc did not exactly pay off in this instance. Other than, well, okay, a little bit of ammo, other than those supers at his E-Tank and the PBs at Indiana Jones. Although, to be fair, Maisgueuh has found a lot of the big-ticket items already. Alright. Back on up and out. En route to escape. Maisgueuh will again see this E-Tank up here, and if he wanted to go through the entire Croc area, he probably won't be kicking himself for taking the Nutella refill. No, merely grabs this E-Tank for his 8th. I wonder indeed if he is planning on locating charge and possibly doing stand-up in that case. If he is planning on that, he should have gotten the X-ray down there, as we said a couple of times. Oh, he's going for an ice check. What item was what, Ghost? Just more useless pistols at the ice beam. Let's see if he makes a, yep, indeed, gonna make a check on the crumble shaft as well down here. It's self-explanatorily plowing through all these enemies. Whoa, yet another E-Tank. For a count of 12 and 3. So Maisgueuh comes back out to the center of business. Probably wondering where all the rest of the supers are and or charge beam. Couple other items we haven't seen as well. We haven't seen high jump or screw attack. But now, logical next stop, Meridia. Of course, Maisgueuh, as I'm sure he won't, at least I hope he won't forget, still has yet to do Fantoon as well. We have seen a number of individuals try to do the infamous Fantoon skip, hence the emote, or even a Kraid skip, which has not worked out so well for them. Oh, here we go. Now, I do believe memory serves here. will find more supers at Mama Turtle's E-Tank up here, and just more missiles in the wall. So yes, he will want those supers. He shan't want any more lousy pistols. Oh, I guess he did see what that was. Alright. Takes him on up into Mount Everest. Whoops, morphed a little too quick to get in the little opening there. Oof. Double hit from the lousy sizer. But there we are, vanilla-flavored crab supers. Bringing him to 2055. Still needs some more. With this lack of equipment, Oh, of course. Realizing he cannot go to Batun without speed or ice, but unfortunately, if he had gone a little further and up to the watering hole, he would have found speed. Oof. Okay. Oh, if only he could do the CF clip. He only has 10 power bombs, unfortunately. Okay, looks like we are in fact heading over to the wreck ship first. And going beyond the ocean this time. Maisgueuh is not going to make a premature check on the crater maze missiles up there. It's just straight on in. So, let's see what the wrecked ship has to offer. This is the first we've seen of the wrecked ship so far this race. At the dead wrecked ship missiles, just more vanilla. Blech. Oh, I see we are joined by a lovely British lass, Lady Smale, which of course means Bagel is somewhere close by. Cheese unfortunately died to Dragon without having saved, so that resulted in a forfeit. But Cheese, as you can see, took game 1, so we will have a game 3 at some point in the near future. Maisgueuh rolling on into Fanny Pack for his third boss fight. That's right, he already did Kraid. Maisgueuh still tuned. Gotten him pretty Cheeto orange at about the moment. And I do believe one more super will do it at this point. Just 1 or 2 more missiles right now, actually. And Elephant goes down. Stop being a jerk, Fanny. That will never happen. Fanny shall never cease being an annoying jerk. girl can dream, can't she? Yes. Alright. Maisgueuh, back out of the bilge, back up into the vessel. And let's have a look-see. We're going to do some wrecked ship exploration. Exploring explorations. At East Side Ooh, booties. Nice, nice, very nice. High jump boots at East Side. Super missiles, that'll help. Especially if Maisgueuh tries to do the baby skip a little later on. There's another particular item that would help immensely with a baby skip. Ahem, ahem. Which has not been run across so far this race. This seed has been a bit of a trial, one could fairly say, yes. A bit challenging and taxing to their mental faculties. Oh, yet another vanilla-flavored E-tank at Wreck Ship E. Oh, it's almost all the tanks, giving us a count of 13 and 3. Lady, Game 3 most likely shall not be tonight. Cheese and Maisgueuh are going to need a little time to coordinate that. But this might be an interesting time to let you know what's on the rest of the schedule as of right now. The next 3 and only next 3 matches scheduled in the tournament are 2 are on June the 22nd at 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. That will be the best of 5 here. Sloters versus Ponk. Winners round 6, match 4, and if it comes to it, match 5. So Ponk took the first 2 of those games, and then Sloters won the third, so he's still in it. If Ponk wins game 4, then he will take that round. If Sloters wins game 4, they will go to 5. Game 5 hype, we don't get to see that. We don't get to say that very often. And after that, on June 23rd, alternative winners bracket round 7, match 1 between Ladies pal Bagel Thief and Andrew Fusta. Oh, while I was doing that, I unfortunately missed what you found at the attic. Sincerest apologies. Anybody saw what was at the attic there, please let me know. As Maisgueuh is going to check out the adjacent criteria finds and pretty much unintentionally collects the final reverse tank at the Sky missiles and at the Crater Maze or power bombs, which, interestingly enough, Maisgueuh does not want. I think I certainly would have taken those, especially as Ice Beam has not shown up yet. But unless that attic item was the last E-tank, that gives us a count of 13 and 4. Wow. Maisgueuh having a bit of a tough time finding more full action or charge beam here is and as we noted, he did not go to the watering hole, still doesn't have speed, so he better hope the wrecked ship reverse item is nothing good. He did not check it from the backstage area. He just rolled right into the bowling alley here. To the Chozo's bowling claws. Chozo obviously bowls duck pins, which is fortunate. Doesn't have to stick its claw fingers into Samus's hole. Just missiles at the bowling alley missiles, and looks like we are not going to see what the wrecked ship reverse item is. Oh, still does not want the power bombs at gravity suit either. Very interesting. Of course, we already covered what interesting really means when commentators say it. Okay, that just leaves Dragon for Maisgueuh. So, he really did not find much of anything helpful in the wrecked ship. Well, that's not entirely true. He found the high jump boots. It looks like his next destination will be the Polar Bear Volcano. Let's see what's awaiting us in here. Oh, supers. I'll certainly take those. And nice job knocking out the 3 green Alcoons with a single missile each. This, of course, being the only place in the game where green Alcoons appear. All the rest of them are red ones in Norfair. Perhaps we should come up with a special name for those 3 green Alcoons up there. Because we have special names for the key hunters down in Lower Norfair, for instance. Alright. That's right. Maisgueuh did not make this cavity dental check before through the root canal. He will unfortunately only find missiles over here. He will not be impressed, but the bright spot for the bright spot for Maisgueuh is that he needn't hurry. He needn't worry about where Cheese is at the moment. Now, this might be interesting. Is he going to have a check at what the... No, he is not. He is not going to check out the Criteria Climb Supers item. I guess, like the wrecked ship reverse item, if he cannot get it, then he's not interested in what it is. And he just found us the last tank. Old Mother Brain missiles. That was the last tank we had left to locate. 14 and 4. Nicely done, Maisgueuh. Oh, pardon me. Yes, but now with the aid of all these burgers, we can as well make a check on Billy Mays and the Blue Bren power bombs. Oh, I see Stratlog Bot is back. And a very nice morph up at the top of the Christmas tree chimney to blow out the top there, or the the brick, to get Samus claws on through. What do we got at Billy Mays? Missiles and... Oh, and supers. Okay, we'll take those. Alright, 2065. We're getting there. So... Ooh. Well, no big deal. Just getting clocked on the head with a boulder. I mean, who hasn't had that happen to him? Alright, Maisgueuh's back on through the Christmas tree. Looks like his will be the Blue Bren power bombs. And it's going to... Hello, Smoky Beam. Well, hoorah for Maisgueuh. Smoky validating his run, so to speak. taking the quick morph way on down. Oh, Strut, thank you. So WJG is not the only one who does that that particular command. Maisgueuh is rolling on through to the X-ray scope locale. Next on his agenda, I think this was just ammunition over here when Cheese looked at it before. Oh. Oh, passing up on those supers? I guess by this point he's definitely planning on finding charge. Or he's going to get more missiles to bring his missile count up to 40. That is true. Well, we know eventually he the speed boosters. I'm sure he will go up to the watering hole when he gets over here. And yeah, it's also a good question. Where is Ice? Ooh. Where are we going now? We are going back down to Norfair. Okay, I guess he wants to see what's at the Bubble Mountain spots. Apparently, maybe he's forgetting he still has the beach and the watering hole to check out. And hope for his sake that Ice Beam is somewhere in Bubble Mountain down here. If it's not, he's probably going to start getting a little worried. Whoops, bodied by a squeeped. Upper Norfair lava, no threat whatsoever with the gravity suit on. Oh. Okay, Norfair reverse will be his first set of checks over here. More power bombs he still does not want. It's over here then. More missiles and more power bombs, all of which he does not want. Well, that was a bust. This particular avoids it with the help of the Garuda. I was just about to say that particular item is tricky to avoid, especially on the way out if you don't want it. But well, there you go. Okay, 2 speed items coming up next. What are going to be down here then? We'll slew more Garudas in this speed hallway. Hey! Ice Beam at Speed Booster. Very nice. That's all Maisgueuh wanted to see right there. So I'm sure we'll see him beeline straight back to Meridia now. And he's... Whoop. Looked like he was going to pause to turn off ice there briefly to maybe farm some of those gametes more efficiently, but decides against it. He doesn't want to, even though the chances are extremely slim, he would forget he has ice. He just didn't want to chance it. Oh, and he is now going to show us the speedless BTOM Speedway here. With the help of the Smoky Beam. Ta-da! Whoa, certainly glad he froze that BTOM when he was all the way through. That's a good point. It did not, in fact, show us what's at those speed-locked locations. Wreck chip, reverse, and criteria climb supers. And of course, he could not check the waterway. Tricky bit of a scene this has been indeed. No sub-hour here. Maisgueuh going on 105 at the immediate moment. Oh, not heading up to the beach. Just plowing straight on through. Yeah, I'm thinking the same. I have to guess he's still planning on getting charge, and if he doesn't find it, rest of these checks, then he'll go up to the beach where it won't be. But yeah, actually, process of elimination determines that charge probably has to be somewhere in Meridia. I think we've seen almost every. Well, no, we haven't seen everything else. We haven't seen speed locked locations. And we did see the, well, we saw at least the 2 back gauntlet items. I don't think we saw the front door one. Alright, that's another dead snack in another Lake Erie. Another big health bomb, as Botwoon tends to do. Filling up, at least partially filling up, Maisgueuh's reverse. Stops to collect these missiles. That's on the way of the more efficient path through the post-Botwoon room there. You can get through that room without speed booster and without collecting that item. Just have to jump in the quicksand and then up through that little opening to the right of the item. And we're doing some farming on the Zoas here, which is something that's a little more necessary since Maisgueuh skipped out on both the grapple beam and the X-ray scope in Lower Norfair. He's once again probably kind of wishing he had the grapple beam right about now. Actually, X-ray wouldn't have made a difference unless he had found Charge by this point. Charge could be behind Dragon. It's unfortunate reminder, we did not see what's behind Dragon. Oh, but we do have supers over there at Precious, I remember that. And Maisgueuh decided on second thought I do want those, thank you very much. And just another pack of either one now, and he should be in ammo go mode, I think. Yeah, I agree, lady. So this is going to have to be an ammunition kill. Maisgueuh has as many different methods as there are to kill Dragon. Maisgueuh does not have the means for any of them. But there's the handy technique of waiting for Dre to goop and blowing them away with a power bomb and then just wailing on her. Turning that tummy nice and red. Lather, rinse, repeat. And there's a dead shrimp. Let's gratefully collects Dragon's drops. Oh, and another pack of supers. Gives him 2575. That should... Yep, as I was speculating, I think that should be ammo go mode. Because as long as your ammo numbers add up to 100, then you're probably good. Well, maybe unless it's 50-50. Alright, so I'll be semi-interested to see if Maisgueuh makes any more item checks. Aha! I would have to open Google Translate to determine exactly what happened there, but something good, clearly, just happened. GG, whoever that was. So, unless he wants to yard clip, Maisgueuh will not be able to check out what's at the aqueduct. Looks like he's not interested anyhow. He's going to return through the top of the aqueduct, on down through those crumble platforms, and back out to the Crabratory. Alright. That's all she wrote for Maisgueuh. Maisgueuh's Meridia. Whoops, that was a miss. Okay, so as Maisgueuh is back out of the escape hatch, returning to the Red Tower and the drawbridge. He will doubtless fill up at the ship and be on his semi-merry way. I'm fairly certain we'll also see him grab the save right before Mother Brain, if not saving here at the ship. Passing up on the ship save, so on he goes. La-di-da. La-di-da. Smoky Beam coming in handy for wiping out these pirates on the lower ledges. As will also do so if he goes for the baby skip, as I was pointing out earlier. Oh, pausing to turn ice back on. He did turn it off. There. Right. Finding that ice beam has got to be a big relief on a couple counts here. Getting through Meridia, as he forgot to check out the beach and also faster Torian Natch. Deftly avoids some Rinka in each room. The third room here is, of course, Rinka Central. 3 Metroids in that room and 9 Rinka hubs. Nice grouping strat. Pretty much the norm in room 4. And the Sandhopper, of course, helping him pay tribute to Wild Anaconda, starting with perfect maximum health. Alright. Looks like he's going for the baby skip. Damage down. Here goes. Let's see what happens. Oh! Nabbed. Well, it faces the optimal direction. And after all these thousands of playthroughs, you'd think the baby would have realized by now. Don't latch on. Okay. Also just realizing that after using the goo is at 70, other than his max 75. That probably does not feel too great. He's more than likely going to have to come back and... Well, let's see. He'll get... Oh, uses another super on the Ghidorah. And yes, here's the save. Okay. Add a baby. So... I'm presuming he will get the ice Sepetite skip. And... we'll see what happens from there. There's a pink brain door. There's the skip. The maneuver. There are the 6 projectiles on the door, or on the glass. Excuse me. Okay, we are not going for a refill. It's all right. That takes care of MB1 with 4 supers to spare. Okay, 1 missed, but it's alright. I have no doubt in my mind that Maisgueuh has got this. And reaches the Heinz 57 phase coming at him. That'll do it. Very nicely done. He's going to turn off Varia to make this damage down a little quicker. I'm honestly not totally sure why. I suppose his other option would have been to keep Varia on. But he certainly cannot do stand-up glitch. And quite frankly, he's risking a possible soft lock with that nonsense, but... just shooting with normal... he's playing a bit of a dangerous game here. The baby's stuck in the ceiling. All he wants to do is dance, dance. Oh, playing with a little more danger there, but looks alright. Oh dear. Oh my. Okay. Okay, let's hope we're all good here. It was just a temporary little hiccup. Okay, I think we're all set now. It's the norm 36 hyper beam shots on MB3 to close out the fight. And that's that. leaving naught but an escape in Magoo's path. He's going to have to go the long and no booster of speeds. Oh. Green High thought he killed that pirate, but nope, trolling him. And let's see if he gets the last moon. Oh, looked like he went for it, but slipped off the ledge. Oh well. No big deal. Once again, Cheese has afforded him the taking his time, reasonably, within reason, through the escape, and also of rescuing the animals, should he decide to do so, and with no opponent anymore, I see no decent reason not to save them. Yep, we are going to have an animal troll. Ah, or will we? Just messing with us a bit. And Magoo finishes with a, well, I don't even have to say it. Thank you, WJJ. All right, so let's see. Magoo will probably be popping into the channel in just a moment or three. Hello.
Hey, Smokey, what's up?
Hey, what is up with you, good sir?
Oh, this shit was so was so crazy. Like, why I didn't check the ice at speed booster before?
Oh, well,
Just
would
check
you
the
like to?
bubble.
Well, the kind of unfortunate thing was you didn't go up to Meridia's watering hole, which is where Speed was, as it turns out.
Where? On the beach?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
I was wondering about this spot as well, but it's um, it's not like in the logic, but yeah, it could be. Um,
Mhm.
the seed was like I felt like a house in house MG. It's never a lupus, so let's check everything else. But it was a lupus.
Isn't that always the way?
So what happened to my opponent? What happened to Cheese?
Uh, well, G's got gravity. He did not go the way you did. He went down the red tower, so he didn't find Varia. But he
Uh-huh.
went through Meridia instead, and without having saved, died to Dragon.
Also, he found
Unfortunate.
the speed booster. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
he would definitely win if he had a save. For sure. Oh.
So that seed seemed to be a bit of a trial. It looked.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was pretty free, but I didn't check the good spot. I had better luck on the previous one, even if I lose. But
so, if
yeah,
I may ask you um, what was the idea with the stand-up setup at Mother Brain, since you clearly didn't have charge? Just
I didn't really want. I I didn't really want to do that. I just
Uh,
forgot about how many HP deals Mother Brain. So I didn't
oh,
want to lose more health than previous. So okay, it's a stand up, whatever.
yeah. Well, you didn't soft lock. That's the important thing. And just saw from the credits, charge was indeed at Criteria Climb Supers, so it was speed locked.
Oh, speed lock.
Uh,
All right.
yeah. So unfortunately, you weren't getting that one. And
I
that's
almost did a soft lock. No, I almost crashed my SNES on Mother Brain.
oh
It's a
yeah,
stand up.
that was interesting for a moment there, but luckily you
Yeah.
got out of it.
Oh.
So
I was
that's
like, no, I can't forfeit here.
well, you grabbed the mother brain save, so even if that had happened,
Yeah, but made the seat so long. And also, I almost soft lock on a corridor, like the speed corridor in Norfolk, because I did the wave
oh
glitch,
yeah,
and
yeah, the
I have the
speedless.
ice beam equipped, so
Hmm.
I nearly freeze one of these ogre and could be stuck in the wall.
Yeah,
So it didn't happen.
that would have been a bigger disaster.
Yeah.
So that's you. You're not out of this round yet. You got one more to play now. Game 3 hype. So
Yeah. I've no idea when we're gonna schedule that. Yeah.
yeah, Cheese
Uh,
said the same thing. That's two races between the two of you in a row where Charge has not shown up. Or did it? Did it show up last
yeah.
time? Oh, my mistake. I seem to remember at least one of you didn't have it.
Nope, I don't think so. I did check where it was in the credits on the last
Okay, well, then everybody just kindly forget I just said that.
one. That's not a problem. So thank you for staying so long for comment this run slash race.
Oh, yeah, it was a pleasure. As usual, it's been a while since I've done one, and I figured why not? As long as I have the time right now. And nicely done, GJJG.
Thank you.
Anything further to add?
Uh, no, I don't think so. I guess we're gonna see you next mission as always. So take care, guys.
Oh yeah, I'll put the commands in here one more time for everyone to follow. So please go ahead and do so at your convenience. And then I guess that'll about wrap things up. So I'll give you my signature little phrase, "Sweet dreams," whenever
Bye.
it's time for it next.